Greetings to all the beautiful beings and everyone who's watching this video or who will be watching this video. I am Hadassah Zadik El. I am Blackfoot, Indigenous Native American of the Americas. I have found out that I am not only Blackfoot, which is a Indian or a Native American tribe of the Americas, but I've also found out that the indigenous Native American tribes were and are the chosen children of the Most High. Now, a lot of people want to have this, let's say, self-righteous, God loves everybody type of attitude. But I am this, let me just put this out here before I say that. I am going to say that I am not here to bash anyone. I am not here to make anyone feel uncomfortable. I am just here to speak to my people. I am also here to shed light on what has been darkened for years upon years. And it's high time that the truth comes out without others feeling as if we are tearing them down to try to build us up. But my point is that we've been the downtrodden for so long. So now that it's time for us to stand up, don't have a disadvantage, or don't have a, let's say, not disadvantage, but don't have an attitude, don't have a moment where you feel as though our people, my people, the Negroes, to feel as if they are or we are trying to make you less than yourself. Because first of all, the truth is the truth, and the truth will stand alone. We're going to say that. That's number one. Number two, being that the truth has to stand alone, the truth has to be spoken, then that means the truth has to be told to the ones that are that this is specifically for, being Yisrael, i.e. Hebrew, i.e. Native Indigenous Americans, i.e. the ones that have not known who we were or are. And now this is, starting to come out that, we are the true chosen children. There are multiple groups of people that have taken who we are and have profited off of who they say they are. But the truth is that those Jews, that's really us. Those Native Americans of the Americas, that's really us. The chosen, the ones that were sent here, or the ones that are here to shed a light and be the light to those who have ears to hear and eyes to see. Okay, so I'm not bashing anyone. Let me get that totally clear. Let me make that totally clear. But what I am doing is I am telling my people our truth to the best of my ability. And I am not trying to bash anyone, but in telling my people the truth, other people are going to feel less of themselves, and then they're going to want to, let's say, lash out. They're going to want to speak negatively. They're going to want to have their negative thoughts and views. And even those that look like me, okay, they might have their own negative thoughts and views because of the fact that, some people really love this captivity. Some people love their massa. Some people just think that it has somehow disappeared and we are now one people, and that everyone should have love and respect. And yes, that is, I truly agree. Everyone should have love and respect for one another. But since we have been the downtrodden for so long, it is high time for others to A, tell us who we are, which they're not going to do, but B, respect and give us our due, so to speak, basically. Give us our due. We are the true chosen children of the Most High. We are the indigenous people of the Americas, that is Canaan, North, South, Central, and the islands. All of the Americas, we melanated, carbonated Negroes are the actual progenitors, the actual heirs of this land. And it is high time that truth has been spoken and given out to people. Now, I'm not saying that it hasn't been spoken or given out to people, but it's because it has been spoken and given out to people. And now this is a new age. This is now the new age of Aquarius. That means the truth is starting to flow like water. Okay? And I just want to say thank you to the Most High right now, because without Abba, which is Father in Hebrew, without Abba, I don't know where I would be right now, what I would be doing, how I would be doing things. I am just grateful that right here, right now, at the age of 33, I am in my knowledge, I am in this truth, and I am yearning for more. Okay, so in this journey, basically what I'm doing right now is to help me, help you, to help us, because we have been the downtrodden for so long, and it's high time for us to be the first. Now, in scripture, now I would have to find it, but in scripture it does state that the first shall be last and the last shall be first. So now we are last. We will eventually be first. But in order for us to be first, we must first learn the truth. Okay? Now, I call him my best friend. You see, y'all see how my baby has been beat up, okay? He's beat up. And it's only because I'm not saying that, I am complete in what I have been learning and I'm done and I don't need to learn anymore. In this book, it states that you have to remain as a child. And in order to remain as a child, that means you have to continue to want to learn more and engulf more and absorb more. And I try all the time to continue to go backwards and read. But I have had a chance to read literally from Genesis to Revelation in this book. And I'm just going to share this with y'all. I am just going to be very honest. I did some stupid stuff, and that landed me in jail. And being that it landed me in jail for 5 months. But in that 5 months time frame, I took the time to actually read this book. And before I give you my answer of what I'm about to say, I want to tell you guys that I have grown up in a Christian household. My grandmother raised me, and she actually raised 5 out of 9 of my mother's children. My mother never took care of us. She was always in the street. I'm an 80s baby, and my friend always tell me not to say this, but I mean, it's the truth, and only real people gonna overstand this. But 80s baby, you know what that is. It's a crack baby. So, I mean, I'm an 80s baby. I've dealt with some things in my life like that I can write a book on. You hear me? Like Sister Soldier type of book. Like, okay? So, I've come a long way. But I wanted to just say that me taking the time to read Torah and T'nach and to actually hear the tone of Abba, to actually sit down and read multiple times Matthew, because I if I didn't enjoy Psalms 119, Psalms 23 is my favorite one. Psalms 119 is the actual Hebraic Aleph Bet, which shows right there that if in this book the Aleph Bet is Psalms 119, it goes from Aleph to Tav. And that's the alphabet basically in Hebrew. And this is where English got it from, with saying alphabet, because they translated it from the Greek, and the Greek translated it to alpha, but it's Aleph. It's Aleph. So when he says when they say, he says, I am the Alpha and the Omega, he is really saying, I am the Aleph and the Tav. Okay? So Psalms 119 is the Aleph Bet. That right there in a nutshell should show you. Let me go back. Let me go to it. Let me actually go to it. He broke, y'all. He broke up. This is my baby. This is my best friend. Okay. That's half of him, so. Okay, I'm good. Just try to show you guys as much as I can. This is Psalms 119. This begins the alphabet, okay? That's why it says there, Aleph. Then you're going to see here. Okay, so that's Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, and that's Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yod. Okay. This one over here, Kaf, Lamed, one of my favorite Aleph Bet is the Lamed. It just caught my eye. I'll explain that in a minute, but Mem, Nun, Samek, Ain, Pe, Zari, Kof, Resh, Shin or Sin, and then it's Tav. So that is the actual Aleph Bet, and they have broken it down into sections where the who made these, the Psalms? I think David. If I'm correct, if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. But I think it was David that wrote the Psalms. Trying to go backwards and see. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me. The book of Psalms. I think, Psalms of David. I think, David pretty much wrote Psalms. Okay? So, Psalms 119 is the Aleph Bet. And that brings me back to when I was actually locked up for 5 months, and I kept hearing the Most High say, you got to read the book. And I'm just like, okay. So I read, okay, let me just, Keisha's a little slow sometimes, okay? I read every other book but this book for the first like maybe couple of weeks that I was in there, and I could never get what he was saying because I kept hearing it. You have to read the book. You're not going anywhere until you read the book. And I'm like, okay, the book. Okay, so I'm just reading different books. I was just, it was different books. So I was just trying to read the different books. And some books, gave me some spiritual okays. But then I just kept hearing him say that. That's not the book. It's not the book. It's not the book. So finally, I just buckled down and I was just like, you know what? The book has to be the Bible. It has to be it because I keep hearing Abba say, that's not the book. After I read it, that's not the book. That's not the book. So, this was actually a borrowed book. I had somebody else that was in jail with me. She wasn't my cellmate, but we hung out in congregation area or whatever. She had this book. Okay, this was her book. She was learning she had a boyfriend or a husband or something like that of that nature. She was telling me that he's Muslim and he was sending her information about being Muslim and the Muslim lifestyle in the background and how it came about and things of that nature. So I saw a couple of her items and things of that nature, and I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. So what you gonna do with this book? So I was like, what you gonna do with this book? And she was like, well, I can't really understand it. I don't really get the thous and these and thys and thou and all that stuff. So since she said she couldn't get it, she was like, well, you could read it. You could start off by reading it. And, when she gave it to me, and that's another thing I wanted to say. When she gave it to me and she was telling me she didn't really understand it too good, she doesn't know about the thee, thous, and, that thy and thou and all of that stuff. She also was telling me that it's just kind of difficult for her she doesn't really know where to start. And that's when Abba spoke to me and told me, It was clear. It was plain as day. It was plain as day. When I'm telling y'all, it was plain as day. And I know a lot of people come on videos and they have stuff to say. And, if you watch them, you watch them. You don't. Some people get big. Some people don't. I'm just on here to actually tell that everyday person that you are. I'm not going to say that everyday person. I'm going to say I am here to speak to that everyday Negro, that you are someone special. You are the apple of the Most High Elohim's eyes. You are someone that he loves above all. He loves you so much that he makes, the angels bow to us. This is how much he loves us. I am just an everyday average female. I am learning that I am indigenous. I am learning the true race and ethnicity definitions as it pertains to commerce. Some people are not really going to understand what I'm saying, but I'm telling you, your race and your ethnicity has nothing to do with what's on that freaking paper. Like, your skin tone has nothing to do with what's on the paper. There are multiple realms. Okay? There's the spiritual realm. There's this physical realm. Okay? My spirit. There's the spiritual realm. There's this physical realm. And then there's this paperwork realm. Okay? said all that to say, we have been duped. We have been, like Malcolm X says, we have been bamboozled. We have literally been fooled. April Fool's Day, never again will I ever celebrate, revere, anything of that nature when it comes to April Fool's Day. Y'all gotta look that up. April Fool's, oh God. Y'all gotta look that up. Y'all, I don't even know how else to, y'all gotta look that up. Okay. But I was saying all of that to say she didn't understand the Bible. She didn't understand it. She didn't know exactly where to start. Abba told me, literally, he doesn't speak to me all the time. But when he speaks to me, it is short, sweet, and to the point. Do you hear me? To the point, to where I'm just like, oh, okay. This is what he said. She doesn't know. This is not, he didn't say that part. She doesn't know where to start. She said she doesn't know where to start. All I heard, real quick, like lightning, in the beginning. Start in the beginning. Prime example. Where do I start? Where do I begin? I just don't know. Okay. This is what Abba said. This is what Abba said. This is Genesis. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. The first couple of words is, in the beginning. You don't know where to start? You don't know where to start? You're going to just close your eyes and feel like the Most High is going to send you to a page? No. That's your own stupidity. I'm sorry, but it is your own stupidity. You must, in order for you to understand what is going on in this world today, how it pertains to you specifically, you must start in the beginning. You're not going to understand it by bits and pieces in the back, bits and pieces in the front. You know how the church, first of all, your body is the temple. He does not dwell in man-made buildings, okay? Your body is the temple. He does not dwell in man-made buildings. Just start in the beginning. What you can do is, if you don't have time to read it, literally sit down and read it, you can auto books it. Make sure you do it King James Version so you can get the meat and potatoes of what he's talking about, because Abba's not playing. I'm telling y'all this, and I'm really going to say this. Abba is not playing, okay? All of this information is coming out now, specifically in this age of Aquarius, true flowing, because there is something specifically going to be happening after. There's going to be judgment. There's going to be crying and wailing and gnashing of teeth. There are going to be some people that are happy, and a lot of people are going to be sad after all is said and done. And this is why all of this truth is coming out right now. And I just want to say Toda Rabba Abba for taking the adverse ones, technological mechanisms, and using it against him. This internet, these books, paper, all of this stuff, the mere fact that they felt the need to write things down is a good thing, because now we have proof that they have been lying to us. We have literal proof without a shadow of a doubt that they have been lying to us. We as his chosen children, as Israel, we must start at the beginning. We must go backwards in order to go forward the right way. They always say if you do not know your past, you are bound to repeat it. So, because we do not know our past, we are literally the only race of people that do not know who we are. So, because of that, my people, I am begging you, begging you guys to understand that this is a spiritual battle that we are going through right now. We have been going through this battle for years upon years. That's number one. But my point is, it's a spiritual thing. It's not really necessarily physical as much as it is more spiritual. Because spiritual, the things happen spiritually first in order for it to manifest in the physical. Has to. So any issues or ailments that you're dealing with internally, like bodily functions, headaches, things of that nature, just understand that it starts spiritually first, and physically there are signs that are coming out to show you, hey, something's wrong. Okay, so it's a spiritual thing before it's a physical thing. So this is what lets me understand, because I've always had that question as a little girl. Why are we at the bottom? Why can't we get anywhere, like, as a people? Like, why? Just basically, why are we at the bottom? I've always asked that question. And that question was answered to me now being an adult, like in my 30s, because I'm just now really realizing that it's a spiritual thing. Because if we're bigger, better, faster, everything better than all these other races, the only thing that we're lacking is a spiritual connection. Because we're better at everything physically. And like I said, there's the spiritual realm, then there's the physical realm. If we're better at them physically, but we're still at the bottom physically, the only other answer is we have to turn back to the spiritual. Once we turn back to the spiritual, then we'll really be the first. But right now, we're the last because the Most High, we have disobeyed the Most High. We have disrespected the Most High. We have allowed the Gentiles to literally change how we do things as Ivri and as the chosen children. We have allowed other things to change who we are, which in turn disrespected the Most High spiritually. So spiritually, the Most High has allowed them dominion over us for that certain amount of time frame. But now that time frame is about to end. This is why all of this truth is coming out. Okay, so my next thing I wanted to bring out is that, well, after me reading this, my friend gave it to me. I'm reading it, and like I stated, I don't hear Abba all the time, but when I do, it is like that, short, sweet, and to the point, okay? Abba told me, she let me borrow it. She said, yeah, you can read it. You can, I don't really understand it, so you can read it. Just give it back when you're done. So I'm assuming I was borrowing it. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll read it, borrowing it, right? Even after, let's say, a couple of weeks or a couple of days of actually having the book, I'm sorry, 1 second. I'm on my way. Even after, what was I saying? I'm trying to think. I just lost it. Even after, a couple of days of me reading it, she did come back to my room and ask me, hey, are you done? Or did you, which was a stupid, redundant question, because how in a couple of days you going to be done with this, okay? Anyway, I told her no, that I wasn't done. Then she, proceeds to let me know, like, okay, well, because somebody else wanted to use it after you got done. And I was like, okay. So I'm, kind of, I guess, trying to rush a little bit through reading it. And Abba let me know that he said, "This is your book." And I said, "How? How is this my book? What you want me to do? Go ask her? Like, how is this?" He said, that's all he said. "This is your book." And I said, "How? How is this my book? Clearly, this is that girl book. This is her book. It's not my book." Honey, by the time I came to her a couple of times, showing her things in Torah, okay, she was like, "Look, you can have that book. You can have it. Girl, it's your book. Girl, that's your book." And I was like, "Okay." He told me it was my book. Like I said, I don't hear him often. But when I hear him, it is short, sweet, and to the point. And I was blown away. He told me that. "This is your book." And I'm like, "How is this my book? Really? Oh, okay. Whatever, Abba." I went home with this book. This is my book. This is my best friend. I call him best friend. Okay? Call him best friend. During that whole time, I've been able to, like you saw, underline, bubble, dots. I mean, I got so much. It's all throughout. Okay? It is pretty much all throughout. Pretty much. So, I'm not saying that I'm complete and I'm done. I still got a lot to learn. I still go backwards and I still read different things and I find new things that I'm like, "Ooh," to come, to express to his people. Now, I am a small business owner. I'm just starting out, where I juice my own organic fruits and vegetables and I make juices. And so I have 3 different types of juices, and basically they're immune boosting juices. They have elderberry in there for an extra immune boost because that's very something very important that we need nowadays dealing with this COVID mess. But yes, the whole reason why I am starting to do all of this now is because I feel the Most High is really pushing me. Like, he's called me. He's literally called me, y'all. Like, I was in tears, 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 because he was turning up the heat on me until I got irritated enough to quit my 9 to 5. And it has been a wonderful journey ever since. Like, it's been what, June, July, August, September. Yeah, it's about be 3-4 months now, and I for 3 or 4 months now, I've been literally putting my head in the dirt with Hadassah's Naturals, and that's the name of my company. Is Hadassah's Naturals. My name is Hadassah Zadik L. All of this stuff is very important to me because he gave me this. He gave me my name. He gave me Hadassah. And Esther in the Bible, her actual Hebraic name, and it says it in there in Esther that her Hebraic name is Hadassah, and she's Hebrew. I mean, listen, just because they changed the names and certain words in here does not negate the fact that the truth is still in this book. The truth is in this book. The truth is in this book. You just have to read it and ask the Most High to actually help you decipher what is he trying to reveal to you. If you have this spiritual connection or this spiritual want to really figure out what's going on in this world, you have to start here. All of that other stuff that people are, getting, all of that stuff is going to confuse you. It is going to mess you up. We, being melanated, Carbonites, Nubunites, Ivri, if you are like me and I am a Negro, if you can identify with me, then you need to understand that this is where we need to start. This is where we need to start. There's a lot of truth in here. A friend of mine also told me that we need to, it's like fish, like you eating fish. You know, there's fish and the fish got bones in it. You're not going to just not eat the fish. You're going to just pull the bones out. You're just going to pull the bones out and eat the meat. Learn how to decipher the bones from the meat in here. That's all I'm saying. Learn how to decipher the bones from the meat in here. Because stuff like, and I hate the name, Jesus, bone, throw it out. Stuff like Psalms 119, meat, eat it. Stuff like in Leviticus, which is the laws, eat it. Who cares what other people have told you? What Abba says, you need to eat. You need to consume. I was able to, let's say, with all these underlines and these bubbles and all of this stuff that I went through and I actually read and I underlined and things of that nature, and I flipped and folded some of these pages and things of that nature, I came up with so far 12 fun facts of Torah. Now, Torah is the Old Testament, T'nach is New Testament. We should know that by now because, I mean, all this Hebrew stuff is out like crazy. If you don't really know that you're Hebrew yet, something's really wrong. But if you're watching this, then that means the Most High has grasped you and told you to click onto this video. And I thank you so much for that. It's really not about me. I'm not trying to be out here getting clout and things of that nature. I am out here for the Most High Elohim at the end of the day because it is time. I'm ready to get out of this captivity, y'all. I'm ready to go. So I need us to eat this meat and potatoes and throw the fucking bones out because I'm tired. I'm tired. Let's go. So, fun facts of Torah. I'm just going to leave it right here. You know, if you want to read over it, you can. There are 12 fun facts. And I'm also saying to wake up, Yisrael at the bottom. And this is my picture with my business, Hadassah's Naturals. Okay, I'm on Instagram at Hadassah's Naturals. Well, Hadassah's_naturals.com. Well, not .com, but Instagram at Hadassah_naturals. Thank you. But outside of that, you don't even have to, I don't even care if you, the meat. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. The meat. 12 fun facts. And you start there, but read. And if you can't read, if you don't have time to read, do an audiobooks of King James Version of the Bible. And just start with that. Just start listening to it. If you can't literally read it, then just listen to it. Because what we need to start doing is to actually start gaining an understanding. And the way when I read things or if I'm listening to something, I visualize. I have a vision in my head of what the story is going, like what is going on in the story. Like, so just imagine how I was with this book. It just, what was it? The movie Mummy Returns or something like that. Mummy with Brandon Fraser. At that time, he was going with the lady. Her name was Evie on there. And then they had the son. And the son ended up putting some kind of band on his arm. That little golden chain, whatever, on his arm. And that he had the chain. and it like opened up and some type of visual was there. That's exactly, like, that's the only way I can explain. That's how I see stuff when I'm reading or I'm listening and I'm really into it. That's how I'm seeing it. Like, I'm seeing it like it's a video or a movie or something like that, and I'm standing right there looking at this person, what they said, looking at that person and what they said. If they embraced, I see that. Like, it. And the beauty of this book is that all of that is in there. It is specific to the T. Like, there's a part in here about Boaz and Ruth and how they were sitting down and they were talking, and it was just so intimate. It's so beautiful. It was so intimate. It's so beautiful. Okay? Vision, to visualize. Like, you have to have that imagination still as a child, so that when you read, you can vision it, you can see it, and then you'll be able to understand it a lot better, versus people telling you what it is and then you interpret, or them interpreting it for you. But no, to get the right, correct understanding of what Abba wants from you and each of us individually, you must read. I cannot stress this enough. You must read. Other races of people have said, you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. When I heard that, I said, you know what? No, not again. You won't get this nigga again. You won't get this one. You're not gonna get this one. And you ain't get her offspring either, because I'm once you got it up here and in here, they cannot take it from you. Cannot take it from you. So get it in here and get it here, so that they can't take it from you. Only by reading do you figure out that the Messiah looks like us. He has, let's see, let's go to Revelation. Okay, so this is Revelation chapter 1, verse 11 through 17. So, chapter 1, verse 11 through 17. Okay, so we're just going to start there, but if you want to, you could just start at the beginning of Revelations chapter 1 and go all the way down and read the whole thing. But I'm going to say that this is verse 1, saying, I am Alpha and Omega. Basically, he's Aleph and a Tav, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book, and send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, and unto Smyrna, unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me, and being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. That's our menorah. And the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. Okay, so he got on a long linen white outfit with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were a flame of fire. So he has red eyes. He has woolly white hair. Okay, woolly hair is like a sheep. I don't know if you know what a sheep, you know what I'm saying? So y'all know sheep is like really tightly coiled hair. So it's like an afro, like a fro, ours, white fro. So he has a white fro. He has a white garment on, and he has a golden girdle on, okay? And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So he has bronze colored feet. Burnt bronze colored feet. That's our ancestor. Okay? So those that walk around with that seizure Borgia and that long stringy hair with that blue eyes leprosy stuff, that is not him. Please don't go that way, because there are going to be many will come to say that they're calling themselves by his name, but especially not that. Especially not that. Don't go to that one. Not no long stringy hair, blue eyes, leprous body. Don't do it. Don't even go to him. That's why I say you gotta read, so that you'll know it here and in here what he looks like. So when he does come, you'll know. Oh, okay, there he go right there. Okay, so that's one of those we must reads. But we, like I said, to start, meat and potatoes, King James Version, start in the beginning from Genesis and go on down to Revelation. If you can't literally read it, then listen to it on your auto books. But yes. The Most High blessed the seventh day. Now, when we look on the Gregorian calendar, the calendar that we look at every day, Sunday begins the week, Saturday ends the week. So Saturday is the seventh day, which is the actual holy day. Now, a lot of people want to say that he rose on Sunday. This is why we do the Sunday worship. But no, because remember, in that scripture, it clearly states that by the time the women went up there, he was already out of there. The angel was sitting on top of that rock, like, what y'all here for? Type of thing. Like, what? He's already risen. He been gone. What? Go on, tell your people. He been gone. So Sunday is not the day. If he been gone, then that means it was Saturday. It was Saturday. If he been gone. So we gotta really read and understand that, because we have to be quick enough to slow down to catch up to the trickery of Satan, because the devil is in the details. Let me say that again. We must be quick enough to slow down to catch up. How you going to be quick enough to slow down and catch up? Listen, parable. This is what I hear. This is the only way I can, to simplify it to my people. You got to be quick enough to slow down to catch up to the trickery of Satan, because the devil is in the details. That's what I want to say, okay? So, the Most High blessed the seventh day. If he has not said anything else, he says, hold my Sabbaths holy. Holy. Like, no buying, no selling. Can't go out, go do nothing. Like, I'm not saying you can't go out and go do nothing. You can go, let's say, to the park or whatever. But the whole point of that day is of worship. So if you go out, you're going to go to worship with your congregation of people. And, you guys are going to sing songs and listen to or hear the scriptures and things of that nature. But as far as the like buying and selling and things of that nature, you cannot do it until the sun goes down. Friday afternoon, when the sun goes down Friday and it comes Friday night, it's technically not Friday night. It's Saturday night right then and there. That Saturday night. And then Saturday day comes, and then the nighttime of Saturday, which people call Saturday night, it's not really Saturday night. That's Sunday night. So this is how it goes. Hebraically, we have been switched. I mean, the adverse one has done a number on the switching of the days, the times, everything, to where literally they have blindfolded us and swung us around in a circle and then was like, go, live life. So we have to try to uncover ourselves, number one, because we've been spun around for 400 plus years that we have forgotten that we got a wool over our face. There's a cover. There's a lot of stuff that has been told to us lyingly. That's not a word, but I'm gonna make that today. Lyingly, people have been miseducating us. So we're not even realizing we're walking around with a cover over our face. And it's only in curiosity does that get revealed, and then you can pull it off. Okay, only in curiosity, because if you're not curious about the true Messiah, or the true holy day, or the true name of the Most High, or if you're not, if you still living life thinking like it's just you're good, everything's fine with you, everything's wonderful, then hey, it wasn't meant for you to open your mind to it, I'm guessing. But if you do want to, and 9 times out of 10, if you are viewing my video, it's because you want to, you have this curiosity, you want to know more about, more about what's going on. And a lot of people, I give them shouts out because, well, number one, first and foremost, I shout out Chief Nanya Shabu El of the Yamasee Moors, because this man has literally changed the way we see and view things. Like I told y'all earlier about how we have been placed the wool over us, spun around for years upon years upon years, and then now they let us go and say, here, go, live your life. We have to figure out there's a wool over our face, uncover it, figure out what direction we're at, and then try to go forth the right way. It is a lot for us Melaninites, Carbonites, Nubianites. It is a lot for us. If you guys, and I know it may sound far-fetched, but yes, check Chief Nanya Shabu El out of the Yamasee Moors. His 5-day comment number, I'm going to say either 40 or 44, where he is literally breaking it down for you guys, like starting from start to finish, explaining to you guys how their race and ethnicity definitions, there are definitions, guys. There are race and ethnicity definitions. So meaning, we've been walking around saying we're black. We must know that definition. Why do we call ourselves black? Why? We must know that definition. Break it down to its etymology. Black has no land, no language, no culture. We're going to say that right now. So if it has no land, if it has no language, if it has no culture, but what we try to give it to, what we try to give, okay? And we want to say we're black and we're proud. Now how? When we have no language, no land, no culture, and we are trying to ask people to respect us. How are we going to get respect not knowing who you are? Like, we can't. We can't. How can you get respect? Identifying yourself with something that means that it's non-existent. Everybody else knows this but you. Except for you, my people. Everybody wants to talk about the secret. Talking about there's a secret out here. Oh, the secret. You have to manifest. You got to think about it. You got to every day, you got to just live it and breathe it and automatically think that it's just already there and just be grateful for it, because our secret, our Negroes, our secret is the mere fact that we have been lied to. I mean, down to you're black, okay? Down to your ancestors started in slavery. Down to, I mean, the littlest thing. We have been lied to. The devil is in the details. So we have to be quick enough to slow down to catch up to the trickery of Satan. Okay? Now, it's just a lot more stuff that I want to say, and I mean, it's just so much stuff that I want to say. It's just, I'm trying to put it in, let's say, layman's terms for us to really understand it, because it's just so much. It is so much people out here that, it's just so much. It's so much to even, like, it's so much. Like, there are dietary laws, Saturday is the holy day, not Sunday. If the Most High changes not, then why would he change his day? Why? The Most High has us in a firmament. So there is, let's say it's a dome over us. I don't know if I grew up in Decatur. I grew up in Atlanta, in Decatur, in Georgia. And here we have something called Fern Bank. And Fern Bank is let's say a museum type of thing where you can learn about plants, or you can learn about the stars, or you can learn about old ancient animals that used to exist, things of that nature. So it's like a little museum. So here at Fern Bank, they have this, I don't even know what to call it. There's this place in there where you can go in there, and there's all of these seats. It's like a circular, kind of ovular type of room, where it's all of these seats on the floor. You can sit down, and when you sit down, you're looking straight up, and you're looking at a dome. And the dome is showing you the stars, the sun, the moon, it's all of that. And it's they give us the answers and then turn around and try to take it away from us. That's the part that I just feel like is very crazy to me, because literally I was inside being a little girl looking at this dome, having this it looked like a big ant projector. It was like a projector, but it looked like a big ant. So this projector was literally projecting like the sun and the moon and the stars for us to see, and how they move across the sky. But it was literally under this domed circular room. So that's pretty much the truth about the things. And also the earth is flat. It's not a big old round ball circle and it spins around really fast. It is not that. It's a lot of stuff that we have to be quick enough to slow down to catch up to that trickery, because the devil is in the details. It really is. But like I said, you really won't know a lot of this spiritual stuff unless you read your Bible. You won't be able to really understand what's going on. And even basic stuff like, as long as we follow his laws, statutes, and commandments, we shall have the desires of our heart. So for, let's say other traditions, or I'm going to say other religions, they want to talk about chakras and manifestation and things of that nature, which to a degree, it is true. It's just that in our case, for us to have the physical manifestation of the things that we desire, inwardly, we must first follow laws, statutes, and commandments from Abba, which is in Leviticus, which is the law. We must follow the law, statutes, commandments in order for us to have the desires of our heart. And when we say that nobody's perfect, overstood, nobody's perfect. But if we do sin, if we fall short, we must first identify where we fell short and then repent. After repentance, you cannot do it again, because if you do it again, that's not showing that you're repenting. It's not showing that you're sorrowful for it. It's not showing that you're revering the Most High's laws, rules, statutes, and commandments in importance, because you don't feel wrong about what you did because you did it again. It's like, we can't do that, people. We cannot do it. Basic things like in Jeremiah we should not celebrate Christmas, okay? Christmas is not Yeshua's birthday. He was actually born around springtime, the new year around that area, that time frame, that area, okay? We should not celebrate Christmas. Literally, Abba has it in here that we are going to be taking it's in Jeremiah chapter 10 verses 1 through 5. We are going to be literally taking trees from the forest, and now we got fake trees, but we're going to be literally taking trees from the forest, dragging them into our house, standing them up, nailing it to our floor or however to get it to stand up so that we can adorn it with gold and silver and things of that nature. That is literally in Jeremiah chapter 10 verses 1 through 5. And he states clearly, do not do as the heathens do. What are we doing? We're doing it. What do you think that's going to be? Like, what do y'all think that that's not going to be a repercussion because of that? Come on, people. We got to get it together. We got to get it together because if we don't, we're going to keep getting our necks stepped on, and I can't breathe, and Brianna's, and we keep dying. And we're calling upon Jesus, and it ain't working. We need to figure out what the hell is really going on spiritually. I'm serious. We really need to do better. We really need to do better. And I am just thankful that you guys have taken the time to view my video, and I hope that this inspires you to, let's say, dig a little deeper into finding Abba, because only Abba is, everybody's like, you can save yourself. Yes, you can save yourself, but through Abba is the way you're going to save yourself, basically. Through his law, statutes, and commandments, you follow that, you shall have for everlasting life. You shall have long life. Nowadays, it's a miracle to even reach 100, let alone these biblical dates that Noah, he was like 900. We can't even imagine getting getting to 150. I haven't heard of anybody yet 150 years old. I haven't heard of it yet. And that's only because it's not trying to say that these biblical numbers are lying. No, it's to say that we are not eating like they used to eat, so we cannot live long like they used to eat, like how they used to live long. We don't live long like that no more because we don't eat what they eat no more. We got to get back, y'all. We got to get back. Like Yada said, we got to get in tune. We got to get in tune, because if we don't, we are going to continue to stay in this captivity. And I'm ready to go, y'all. I'm ready to go. I'm going to need for us to get together and get it together so that we can go. I'm ready to be up in Abba's kingdom. I'm ready to be up in Psalms 23. I'm ready to be laying beside them still waters and laying in them green pastures. I'm ready. I don't know about y'all. But until everybody comes together on one accord and we repent and we actually do what we're supposed to do, maybe it's going to take longer. Who knows? Only Abba knows. And he has shortened the days for the saints so that we don't get discouraged, so that we don't just fall into temptation and craziness. He's cut it short for everybody. So we got to get it together, because each one of us individually is going to have to stand at judgment's chair or whatever. We're going to have to stand in front of the Most High. We're going to have to stand in front of the Most High, and then he's going to go, book of life, what you done did. You know what I'm saying? And so when you think about that, just think about that. Take the time to think about that. Today, if you drop dead and you had to go meet the Most High, would he accept you in his gates, or would he turn you away? Answer that question for yourself, and then you can move forward the right way, because I want him to look at me and say, my good and faithful servant, and receive that crown of life that he has promised to those that love him, because I am ready for that. I am out here and I have to do his work. I love him, so I have to. He told me, if you love me, feed my sheep. So I am not only feeding his sheep and speaking to his sheep about his word, which is Torah, but I am also feeding his sheep with my immune boosting juices. Okay? So I am out here every day. I am a little company now, just starting off, but I do have different sizes of my juices that I offer. I do personal orders, and I will deliver them to you within the confines of the Atlanta area and Decatur area and things of that nature. But that's neither here nor there. My point is, I was just telling you guys that so that I can let you guys know that that's what I heard, and that's what I am trying to do now, is to assist in feeding Abba sheep. And in assisting you guys, I'm actually assisting myself to remind myself to keep my heart and my spirit strong and together in the word, because we need it. We need to be, and I see protection every day, all day. I see miracles happening. I'm a single mother of 5 children, and I don't have a 9 to 5 right now. So I have and am learning how to live off of my own intellectual property and the word of the Most High. Yeah, basically. It is just the only thing I kept thinking about was Abraham. Now, when Abba told Abraham to get himself up from amongst his father's people and his father's house, get yourself out your father's house and go off, and I shall make you a father of many nations. Now, thinking about that, apply that to your daily life today. What if you heard the Most High tell you, take a leap of faith? Because that's what I heard. Take a leap of faith. This was my second time I heard that. The first time I heard it, I had another 9 to 5, which I hated and was crying and frustrated and stressed out every day that I had it. But I was so scared to let it go. So scared to let it go, because I didn't have anything in the background, i.e. another job to go to. So I didn't, but he turned the heat up on me to where I got fired. After a while of you hearing me tell you to take that leap of faith. You hearing me tell you to take that leap of faith, and then boom, I got fired. So I ended up crying, and that was my last tear. I cried for that job. But the next one that I got, it had gotten to the same point. It had gotten to that same point, and I was being that was the second time. That's exactly how I knew that was the Most High. I knew it. There was no questions, because the first time I heard it, and I was like, I don't really know I don't know, because everybody's like, well, the Most High ain't gonna tell you to leave something when you don't have nothing behind it. That don't make no sense. So if you still confused, then that wasn't from God, because he's not a God. He's not an author of confusion. I was like, okay, I get that. Second job go around, and the same thing happens. Take a leap of faith, and automatically I knew it was him. I just knew it was him, because I was having so much, again, headaches, heartaches, stress, frustration the whole time. Okay? Well, not going to say the whole time. It was a good job, but then towards the end, he started turning the heat up on me. Okay? towards the end, he gave me the idea of coming out with my immune boosting juices. And I did, and I had that idea and I thought about it and I went ahead and got the materials that I needed for my juice. And I was still working my 9 to 5. The first day I went out was in an afternoon. So I had made my juices the night before and I went to work and I was planning on getting off and because I got off at 5:30 and I was planning on getting off at 5:30 and then going to go out and sell my juices, what little bit I did, I was planning on going out and doing that. Things, there were obstacles. There were so many obstacles that were in the way, and I had gotten to the point where I was just tired. I was upset and I was tired of making excuses for myself and procrastinating, and I was just like, you know what, forget this, I'm still going. So I put my attire on, and usually what I do is I wear white when I go out because I want to stand out. That's number one, and I want to look different than everybody else. That's number two. So number three, I know white to be purity, and if you understand that if Adam was fashioned from clay and the dust of the earth, then you should understand that we are the first people. We are the original peoples. We are the color of dirt. We are the color of trees. We are the color of we are the brown. We are the brown that is in the soil. We are the brown that are on the trees. We are the brown that is the wood. I mean, we are literally, we are earth. Okay, so this is why I wear white, to signify and to let everyone know, I know that I am earth. I know that I am the original being, and I know that the Most High made me first. Okay, so being all of that said, I wear white, and then I go out and I just speak the truth. I go out and I speak about my fun facts of Torah that Abba has helped me to come out with, and I speak the truth and I serve the juice. That's all I do. And it has shown me, a lot of customers or a lot of people have shown me, like, what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, internally my spirit feels fulfilled. When I was in the 9 to 5, my spirit was angry with me. Okay, when I say it's about 3 people up in here, it's about 3 people up in here. So my spirit, my Hadassah, and I didn't really understand it at the time, she was upset with me. So she was upset with me because I was not taking on my full potential of who I am. I am a prophetess. I have accepted it, regardless of whether people want to accept it or not. It's not for y'all to tell me who I am. It's for Abba to tell me who I am. And he gave me this name. He showed me that I am the Lamed. I am the Lamed, and the Lamed is the actual shepherd's staff. And the shepherd's staff, when you think about a shepherd and a staff, the shepherd staff is supposed to continue to keep the sheep in line. He showed me that. So, all of this being said, I still have things that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. I'm not perfect. If I'm gonna describe myself in any way like someone, I'm gonna say that I am a mixture of Job and I'm a mixture of Jonah. I'm also Hadassah as well, but yeah, I'm a mixture of Jonah and Job, because if y'all ever read Jonah, you know that he was a hard-headed prophet, and I can be that way as well. You know what I'm saying? It takes me a good little minute to figure it out, but like I said, when sometimes I get confused. I be like, is that really? Is it really? It's just me. It's me. But when Abba tells me or shows me something, it's like that, and it's no question. It's no question. So, I don't know. I'm just sitting here ranting, y'all. I'm sorry, but I love the Most High, and I just want this truth to be televised, because for forever, them that say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan, I am so ready to have my title back. Give me mine back. I am the jewel of his eye. You get what I'm saying? The mere fact that the Messiah looks like us. Give me mine back. The mere fact that I found out that we are the true indigenous to this land. Give me mine back. That is the only way I feel that we as his people are going to, let's say, be okay with any other races. Tell me the truth and give me mine. Then we'll be all right. Other than that, all of that, oh, we kumbaya, and no, we cannot kumbaya when you are still lying to me. We cannot kumbaya when you are still taking advantage of what your ancestors did to my ancestors. We cannot kumbaya. We cannot. That's all I'm saying. Just give me mine. Tell me the truth. You don't have to, give me mine. Just give me mine, because your enemy is not going to tell you the truth. So don't even expect it. Your enemy is not going to tell you the truth, so don't even expect it. It's up to you to find the truth, but it's up to them to really just give you yours back. Give me mine back. Okay? Abba and shalom.